Hey, we should make sure we record this.
Yeah, I got it going.
Okay.
I'm double checking.
I
Slay.
died when you go.
Oh my God.
You know what I forgot to do? And we're 15 minutes in. Record.
Yeah, right. Push the button. All right, let's look around. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. I feel good. Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I am Ted.
This week, Ted and I took on a Hulu original from Julia Bell. Jillian Bell, excuse me. It's a name. Summer of 69, 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Not based off the Bryan Adams banger.
Yeah, you know, I was... The title is being a product of the 80s and the song, Summer of 69. Mm-hmm. I thought this was going to be a comedy, feel-good kind of thing based in 1969.
I did too.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
The minute it started, I go, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Right. I'm glad I didn't have friends over and say, hey, let's watch the Summer of 69. I got to do it for the show. And we'll sit down. And, boy, that would have been an awkward moment.
That would have been weird.
That would really been. The 69 is actually stands for the sexual position, mm-hmm. 69. And then I don't even know why you put the summer of 69, because the summer, it wasn't even summer when this went down. I mean, it was spring going into summer. You know, do you want to tell our audience what this is about, Ted?
Yeah, this girl, Abby, has a crush on this guy, Max, and he breaks up with his girlfriend, and she wants to get him, and the mascot, the St. Bernard, for the school they go to, tells her that his favorite sexual position is 69. And so she goes into a strip club, meets the stripper, Chloe Feynman, Santa Monica, and hires her to teach her all about sex for a week in exchange for $20,000, because she is a gamer that streams her games on fictional Twitch.
There you go.
That's the movie. And along the way, they become friends.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
Not your thing?
I really forced myself to finish this movie. I started it and I quit. I mean, I sat down on the couch and it was Saturday night and I sat with my wife and she got up and she left. And
she wasn't having it.
And I wasn't either. I was like, okay, I'm turning it off. And then I forced myself for our listeners to finish this show, this movie, this. Oh my God. First of all, it was misleading. Summer of 69 had nothing to do with summer, nor did it have anything to do with the year 69. So, there you go.
We're going to have drastically different scores.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's what we're all about here.
I at first wasn't into this movie. Okay? I watched it last night with Paige.
Yeah.
Then about Chloe Feynman at first, I was like, these choices I'm not with it. And then about 30 minutes in, that shifted and I go, oh, I like this. I like their banter. I like the ridiculousness. And then Chloe Feynman won me over, and I was like, I like you. Santa Monica, I like you. Couple scenes didn't need to be in there, though.
A couple.
The house party that she showed up to dance for the guys that were all on a bunch of drugs, that was a weird scene to put in there.
Right.
I mean, I guess it was just to show that her job is dangerous.
She's a stripper.
She also was buying the strip club.
They were strippers that didn't take their clothes off all the way, not even in pasties.
I think that's a lot of places.
They stayed in bikinis.
Yeah.
What's the point of it? I'm sorry.
I mean, I haven't been to
I might be old school.
I haven't been to a strip club since the 90s.
I haven't either. Well, the 90s. So, but I've never, what's the point? I don't understand. Is it the dancing in a bathing suit that the big turn on? Bikini? That was, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It was.
I think because then it would have been. No, it was already R-rated. I think it's because none of these comedic actresses from Saturday Night Live wanted to be naked.
I don't even have to. You could fake it. At least I'm speechless about this movie.
Wow,
I really am. This is the worst thing I have seen. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. I'm not doing this for show. This is the worst thing I have seen in years. Period.
I respectfully disagree.
Okay? Carved, which was absolutely ridiculously stupid, was a much better movie than this.
You can't even compare. That's like apples to oranges. Carved is a...
Oh, yeah. Stupid movie, horrendous movie. You're right, apples and oranges.
Horrendous.
This was horrible. This was... I'm going to bring this up right now. I haven't discussed this with Ted, but this movie made me think or realize that we as a show, we need to reach out to independent filmmakers out there that have written, produced, direct, whatever. They've created something. And if it has been picked up by whatever means, by Amazon or Hulu or Tubi, and it's your film, okay? Not a studio film, not a super budget film. Email us at StreamingWithoutAPaddle podcast at gmail.com and let us know where your film, if you're an independent filmmaker, is playing on what streaming service, so we can take a look and we can review it. We can share it with the world in that aspect. Again, I haven't discussed this with Ted, but this movie right here was exactly that in the worst possible form. Because it had big name people in it. Chloe Feynman, Jillian Bell actually makes a cameo in it. She wrote and produced this, or directed this, I believe.
She did.
And Charlie Day, he's in this thing. Natalie Morales is in this. Alex Moffat is in this. And I'm not familiar with Matt Cornett's work, who played Max, the love interest. But just based on looks, I think he could go someplace. He's a handsome fellow. But I was just blown away how sophomoric. This made that movie we watched with Amy Schumer's project, where she wrote and directed, and Will Forte was in it. Mm-hmm. Remember that? About
where she faked pregnancy?
Yeah, about faking. This, in my opinion, made that movie, and I can't remember the name of it, Golden Globe Award nominee potential. That's what this movie did. I'm serious.
Oh man.
I
liked it. I did. I didn't like the first 20 minutes, but I liked it.
Please share with our viewers and listeners what you liked about this movie.
I thought it was like a old school Porky style, but with females. Like, Chloe Fineman was funny. Sam Morelos they were funny together. Man, this is going to be a short show today.
I don't think it's going to be a short show. I'm just saying that this is the worst thing I have seen. And so my score is going to reflect that. But I mean, seriously though, there was no humor in this to me at all. I mean, here's the funniest scene, and it came right near the end. And I'm not going to say why and how and all that, but Sam Morello's character, Abby, ends back up at was it Diamond Gals or something?
Yeah,
like
Diamond
that?
Gals.
Diamond Gals, a strip club. And she's up on stage, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to, she's up on stage, and she's dancing. Okay, and before I get into that, the funniest scene. No, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. One of the regular adult entertainers is in the audience watching Abby, Sam Morellis, do this dance routine. And she said out loud, she's shooting her titties. That was the funniest line in the whole movie. It came at the end. Now, having said that, I'm going to rewind this picture. Before Abby goes to the strip club, I'm not going to say why, don't want to spoil that, but she's having a graduation party. And that's not really a spoiler because it has no effect on the plot of this movie. If you can even, oh my God, talk about a broad stroke plot. She has her classmates over for a high school graduation party. And I kid you not, I don't know, 30 seconds into this scene of this graduation high school party, I said to myself, they are about to rip off the movie Risky Business. They did. And they did. They did. Right down to the music, old time rock and roll.
They did do that.
Right down to Abby's stage performance of dancing to that song. But that's how transparent every scene, besides that one you mentioned, of them showing up at a bad house for a private strip. Didn't see that coming, and you're absolutely right. Wasn't even necessary. This movie was horrible.
I disagree. I had a fun time in this movie, but it did take me about 20 minutes to get into it. I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, this is talk to our listeners about.
No, I mean, if you want to watch a dick and fart comedy like that is from a female perspective, that's what this is.
Right.
It's a sex comedy,
but
it's a. Do you like Porky's? Did you like Porky's when you were a teenager?
All right.
Did you?
You can't even put this in the category of Porky's.
Oh, come on!
No, this is
on.
This is nowhere.
First of all, let me get something
near
out there.
The level of comedy and adolescent sexuality that Porky's was. Sorry.
First of all, this movie was not made for you or I. You have to look at it through the lens of the 20 and 30-year-olds.
Right. And here's the lens, in my opinion, of a 20 and 30-year-old who've been exposed to so much more than Porky's had to offer. Back in the 70s, Porky's.
Porky's was 80s, 82, 81. 82.
Whatever. This was a super G-rated movie about a stripper, if there is ever such a thing. There was nothing dirty about it. There was nothing tasteless about it, other than the fact that they lead you to believe that it's going to be a coming-of-age type of movie, which, by the way, here's spoiler. There's no coming of age. There's no coming of age. It didn't even, no, nothing. Nada. Not even at the end. There's no classic, Animal House scene laying on the 50-yard line with the girl that the cash register, worked cash register at the local grocery store, happened to be the daughter of the dean. None of that. Or the mayor, the mayor's daughter. Nothing. So,
I'm reading these reviews on the tomato meter. They're
okay.
Pretty good.
Well, all right. You want to go that way? You want to go that way?
If you want to.
All right. Here's Rotten Tomato, and this is critics only. Okay, mere 25 reviews from critics. Critics, the same critics that we bash week after week on this show because they're pretentious about it. They have given this movie a 96. There's no popcorn rating on this.
Fortunately, Summer of '69 is a two-hander, and Feynman brings comedic chops and genuine feeling to playing the tutor with a heart of gold. New York Times. It is interesting that all these critics that shit all over everything, did give this a 96. I don't think it's a 96. I have a number. It's not 96.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no legitimacy to this shit anymore. I'm sorry. Pardon my language.
It doesn't make a lick of...
There's nothing. Nothing. It's the world is upside down. We watched a movie not long ago here, The Life List. Isn't that what it was? Mm-hmm. Beautiful, absolutely amazing romantic comedy. Could be wrong here, but if memory serves me correct, because I'm getting old and farty, it was written by the same guy who wrote French Kiss.
Yeah.
Right? And directed.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful movie. I'm going to talk amongst yourselves.
You're going to look up Life List?
Because I'm going to look up the Rotten Tomato.
I'm going to wait for you to do it.
Right. 45%. 45%. That's the critic score.
That doesn't make
the
any
popcorn
sense.
meter on this, which is the audience score, was 71%. But the critics adored this steamer. Can I say that?
Sure.
Rocky, can I say steamer? I left off the important noun in front of it.
I just think it's not written for us. I don't think women. I don't think women have a lot of these dick and fart raunchy 90s and 80s comedies, and so this is one of those, and that's what every one of these critic reviews is like. It's a
Are
nice
they women?
throwback. Yeah,
they're women.
mostly women.
Which is fine. I'm not harping on that.
Well, there's a lot of guys that liked it too.
I'm just overwhelmed by how horrible this movie was. So, if the critics gave The Lifeless a 45 and they gave this a 96, I'm going to give you, and I'm just basically the opposite of the critics on this movie. Ready? Scores?
Mm-hmm.
2.4. 2.4.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
You think this movie was better than Havoc, which you gave a 7.1 last week?
Havoc was the Tom Hardy one.
Yes.
Yes, this movie was better than that.
Oh, man.
You can't compare movies like that, though. You'd have to be like, okay.
All right,
you'd have to be like,
Companion.
no, it wasn't better than Companion.
Okay.
I'm giving it on a comedic, raunchy sex comedy scale.
Okay, all right. If you want to break it down, comedy, on a scale 1 to 10, it's a 1.8. on the scale of raunchy, I'm going to give it a 3.4. Okay. I mean, all right.
The only thing that I didn't like about this movie is when she would go into like her own mind fantasy world thing. Like that could have been completely taken out for me. I'll adjust. I'll adjust.
No,
I'll
no,
adjust.
No, don't adjust, Ted. I'm just sitting here, and I really wish this kind of money, and there was money thrown at this.
Oh, this probably had a $10 million budget.
I wish Hulu would give $2 million to 5 people that want to make a movie. Because this was, I mean, independent guys, gals out there, because this was not worth $10 million.
Oh, I could make that movie right there for $200,000. You could too.
This movie was horrible. I mean, it was seriously. This was like okay. I can't say it enough, and I've said it too much.
It's no Legend of Boggy Creek.
Another group.
What did I say about that?
Alumni.
I said that was the funniest movie I had seen in the last 5 years, and I stand by that.
Yeah. The what was that called again?
Please don't destroy us.
Please don't destroy the treasure of Foggy Mountain, and that was written and directed and produced by
those guys.
SNL folks, Martin Hurley, John Higgins, Ben Marshall, and it was very, very funny. And this movie can't even come close to holding a candle to that movie.
I've watched that movie 8 times since it came out. I think it's so funny.
And you know what? I'm not going to pick on you for it because it's that good of a movie. I mean, the comedic timing in that movie was spot on.
I also don't want to bag on this movie so bad because they don't make comedies anymore. So
but this isn't a comedy.
I think.
Please don't destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain. And that was a comedy. This was not a comedy. What was that?
I'd be curious to know what your kids thought of this movie. Because that's the demographic, right? Young people.
Okay, first of all, my kids are girls. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to know what they thought of this movie. Okay, I can tell you what the girl that is, I'm married to thought of this movie. She got up and walked out on it because she didn't like it one bit. I'm looking up here. Oh, crap.
What are you looking for?
What's that movie we watched with Pierce Bronson and Helen Barkin?
Oh, the one, the in-laws, the in-laws.
The Outlaws.
Outlaws,
The
yeah.
Outlaws. There you go. There's a comedy. Oh, excuse me. There's a comedy. That was funny. Tastefully done. You laughed, you got it. It was all mature.
Okay.
I mean, what was that Wahlberg movie we watched where he, undercover comedy action thing where he was a former hitman that went straight, got married, had kids, and then his father.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a grown-up script. Let's talk real quick. I think it's obvious with me. I think this was horribly written. I think the cut timing on this was horrible from an edit standpoint.
Okay.
It was rushed through post. I mean, the color on it was just.
think Hulu is super strict on their movies.
Like a lot of balance there. Well, we just watched Companion. That was a Hulu movie, wasn't it?
No, that was a...
No?
I think that was like a Paramount.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
What did I say? A 2.4, right?
I'm sticking 7 point. I'm going to adjust because you...
No, I don't want you to.
7.2.
No. No take-backs. All right, I'm avoid at all cost on this. That's my score. That's my recommendation to you all out there. I like to think I know what a good comedy is, and I know a good raunchy comedy when I see one. And this was not it. And this was not. You want a raunchy comedy? Whatever that Amy Schumer movie was we watched. That was a raunchy comedy. And just for clarification, it's called Kinda Pregnant. We reviewed it earlier this year.
Yes.
And Tad, what are your final thoughts on this? To the listeners and
I think you should give it a shot. I mean, you'll know in 30 minutes if you want to finish it, and it might be for you and it might not be for you.
Don't be cleaning a weapon when you watch this.
Oh my goodness.
There might be an accidental discharge by the person that's watching it with you.
This guy.
Oh man. Oh. All right. I can't leave this with just this. I have to say something that if you aren't watching Mobland on Paramount Plus, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Every episode gets better.
It is, and I was really concerned when we started it because the first 2 episodes were directed by Guy Ritchie, and who serves as one of the executive producers of this show. And then they've handed it off to other directors, and wow, this has just gotten better.
Yeah, it gets better every time.
I mean, I just binged because of travel and other obligations and the show, and I was forced to binge the last 2 episodes back to back. I came out of those 2 episodes, one, blown away by the Europeans, the English, handing the Americans their creative ability on a platter, because the closest thing that we've ever done to this is The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
This blows The Sopranos out of the water. I mean, it really, really does.
I mean,
it's so much smarter.
I'm not a Sopranos guy, but like it is one of the top-rated television shows of all time.
Okay, I'm not dishing on The Sopranos. I love The Sopranos. I've watched the series, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and of course, every time one of the little clips shows up, the short shows up in my feed, I'm glued to it. I love The Sopranos. This series is ridiculously well done. It is. So if you like The Sopranos, if you like Breaking Bad, you like that kind of stuff, Paramount Plus, Mobland, starring Tom Hardy, and Pierce Bronson, and Helen Mirren,
and Patty Considine.
And Patty Considine. You have to see it because the intensity level of this thing is off the charts. I'm going to leave on that, which to me is a positive note, because this was horrible.
I think you should watch it if you like raunchy comedies.
There's nothing funny. There's nothing raunchy. Nothing. Right? Ooh, you know what's better than this? Unfrosted.
That is the biggest lie I've ever heard.
I would rather, if you set me down and I had a choice and I had to watch either one, this or Unfrosted, oh yeah, Unfrosted. Please pour me a big old bowl of Unfrosted.
I would watch this on repeat for years before I ever watched Frosted again.
Anything else, Ted?
Nope.
I'm a don't watch this, and if you don't, I would do this. I think there are 2 episodes left in Mobland, and if you can just hold on for 2 more weeks. Well, actually, it would be great right now. Just go ahead and get 1 month subscription to Paramount Plus. I think it's like $6.99. It's one of the cheaper ones we have. And binge Mobland like you would binge The Sopranos for the next 30 days, right? Get it all in. You're going to be blown away.
Okay.
All right. That's it. Don't forget, the Rotten Tomato critics gave this a 96. Everybody, thank you for watching and listening to Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
A very somber Andrew. And I'm Ted.